Hello. So today we are going to be talking about how do I start my coaching business. As always, these sessions are really quick with quick wins that you can implement into your business and life straight away. So we're going to keep it short and sweet, and I'm going to give you the top 3 tips that we've got on how to start your coaching business. If you want to deep dive into this topic even further, there is a link in the show notes for you to join me on my next live training, which will dive into this in so much more depth. But look, let's have a look. As always, I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnosis trainer, and breakthrough coach trainer. And I'm super excited to support you today. So as always, I've got my notes in front of me to make sure we don't go off on too much of a tangent. And we're going to dive in. So the first thing that we need to do is get super clear on what transformation you want to facilitate. What transformation do you want to facilitate? So you want to be a coach, fantastic. You want to work with people and support them, whether that's life coaching, mindset coaching, business coaching. What is it? So what is that transformation that you're wanting to facilitate? It's really important to become super clear on how you want to support your clients, because when you understand that transformation, you can put it together in a really easy way, which we're going to come to in a minute. So when you understand exactly what transformation you want to facilitate, you can really become clear on who you are talking to, why you are talking to them, what step-by-step process you can take them through. So number 1 is get really clear on what transformation you want to facilitate as a coach. Number 2 is get some training that's going to support you to facilitate that transformation. This is so key in your success and in your client's success. Now, I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of people flying online who may not have had coaching training. And I've heard a lot of whispers around the industry that people can coach people if they've been through that life situation themselves. Now, firstly, I want to call BS on that. Now, I completely honor and completely understand why people think this, but think about it like this, right? So if, for example, you have been in a traumatic experience in the past and you've come out of the other end, and that traumatic experience may have been being in an abusive relationship. Let's just use this as an example. So if you are now supporting, and this is something that I've seen people doing, if you have come out of the other end of that, that's amazing. That's amazing. Congratulations. I've been there. I know exactly what it feels like in my version of the world. And I can understand why people can think that if they've been through that traumatic experience and come out the other end, they can then help other people do that too. But I want to just ask you a question. If this is you and you've been thinking this, or if you've seen other people thinking this, what happens if you run a coaching session with someone and they become associated into a past traumatic experience? Well, it's all going to go to pot, right? Because you will not be, if you're not fully trained properly to support people at this level, you're not going to know what to do, and you're going to cause more harm than good. And it's very sad that people are operating in coaching businesses who haven't had the full training and full support. It's also quite normal for people to associate into previous experiences when you're working on coaching moving forward, because you may be looking at clearing up some stuff that they've had going on, and you need to ensure that you've got the full qualifications and you're able to facilitate them transformations in a safe space. So if something does happen and your client breaks down in front of you and, associates into a traumatic experience, you need to know how to dissociate them from that experience in order to be able to move forward and clear up that stuff. So number 1 was get clear on what transformations you want to facilitate. Number 2 is ensure that you have the training required to facilitate them transformations. Number 3, pull together a process that you can take your clients through. So pull together a process that you can take your clients through. So when you're super clear on exactly what transformation you want to facilitate and you have the training to facilitate that transformation, what you can do then is you can work backwards. So the outcome for my clients is going to be having more confidence, for example. So if the outcome and the transformation that you're facilitating is that your clients come out of the other end having more confidence, having more self-belief, having a more open view that they can believe and achieve the things that they want to achieve, then what is that step-by-step process that you need to take your clients through in order to facilitate that transformation? And this is why it's another reason why it's important to have the training to facilitate the transformations, because then you'll know the step-by-step process that you need to take your students or your clients through in order to facilitate that transformation. So if you want to dive into this much deeper with me, there is a link in the show notes above with our next free training coming up, where we're going to dive into this topic in much more depth, and I'm going to give you some more actions that you can take in order to support you with this. So to round up, number 1 was get clear on what the transformation is that you're wanting to facilitate. Number 2, get the training to support you to take people through that transformation. Number 3, package that together, pull it together, and know exactly what process you're taking your clients or students through in order to facilitate that transformation. So as always, I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnosis trainer, and breakthrough coach trainer. And if you'd like to join me for further training, there is a link above to join our next training coming up. Have an amazing week, and I'll catch you all